Let me tell you a story. I'm 15 years old in the shopping center of my town, and I'm about to do my first ever cold approach. I'm with a friend of mine, and we've been walking around this shopping center over and over again, and neither of us has the confidence to go and do that approach. And it's almost time to go home. That's when I spot her. She's like a staff attendant inside one of the clothes shops there. She looks like she's kind of young, like maybe about our age, maybe a little bit older. And I'm not gonna let my brain cope anymore. I'm gonna go speak to her. So I'm walking over to this girl. My friend just kind of like awkwardly walks off to the side because he doesn't even want to be like next to me. And as I'm walking over, I get such a like fear and, like gut wrenching, like scared that what's gonna happen. I get up to her. I'm so tense. I'm so agitated that I literally look her in the eyes. I'm looking away, and I say, "Oh, you're really pretty. I'm so sorry." And I turn and walk away. I didn't even see if she replied. Don't know what's happening behind me right now. I'm literally just walking away awkwardly. My friend is over there, literally pointing and laughing at me, recording on his little phone. And we end up walking away. Now, as I'm walking away, you know what? And I'm leaving this shopping center. It almost feels like I've come down from like a roller coaster, where even though it felt really awkward and uncomfortable, I'm actually really glad that I did that. If you fast forward now, like 11 years since that day, honestly, getting into the habit of being able to speak to women in the street was actually a really good skill for younger me to develop, because it was really scary, it was really cringe, and I can think back to like, I've done maybe like 100, 200 cold approaches, spoke to like random girls on the street. And it's got to the point now where like, if you saw me approach a girl now, I think you'd be quite impressed of like how natural and confident it just feels for me. It would not have been like that right now if I didn't do all those cold approaches when I was younger. Even if I had the exact same level of success, look, status, whatever, because I've practiced just speaking randomly to women who I come across, I just feel so much more of like a masculine man, and it's a really good feeling to have, and so I want to help you with that. The first and most important point when it comes to cold approaching a woman fearlessly is to breathe fully. I feel like I'm saying this in every video that I record right now. This is literally the number one key for you to navigate your entire life. Whether you want to make more money, you want to get more views on YouTube, you want to get higher grades in your schoolwork, you want to attract more women. Trust me when I say breathing properly is going to help you with 100% of your life. Especially when it comes to these things which add a lot of like nervousness and awkwardness, like for example cold approaching a girl. That's when your stomach and your whole body will tighten up and tense, and that's what makes you feel so awkward and so like scared. It's just something that you've got to remind yourself of 50 times a day, to let your body relax and to purposely breathe a little bit harder through your nose and to push the air so that your stomach kind of pushes outwards. Really, all it takes is one forceful, full breath before you go and do something hard, and you will be in that sort of cool, relaxed mode. You know how there's been times when you spoke to a girl and you were in that like cool mode? Guaranteed that was when you were breathing properly. And you know when there's been times when you spoke to a woman and you actually have felt like so like stupid and awkward? Guaranteed the reason why was because you weren't even breathing. We think that, the reason why you might suck with girls is because you don't have enough money, you're not a Chad, you're not attractive enough. Those could be definitely influences. But if you're not even breathing properly and you're there like with a tight stomach and you're like, you got nervous, jittery eyes and everything, you're not hitting these fundamental things. Having the money, having the looks, none of that's gonna matter, because you'll just feel so awkward to be around. The next time you want to go speak to a girl, whether it's a cold approach or even a girl that you spoke to all the time, or even it's in a social circle with even guys, remind yourself to breathe so fully that your stomach bulges outward. Guaranteed that the next time you see a girl that you could go cold approach, I guarantee that if you do get that thought to breathe fully before you do, it will be like, that cool version of you. That will be the version of you that goes up and speaks to her, where you'll have a deeper voice, you'll speak to her in such a flirty way. And there's recent videos of me where I've like cold approached girls to like, sort of invite them to the podcast and stuff. And you can just see how like relaxed I look and how magnetic and attractive that is for girls who usually may be like out of your league. You will just feel so much stronger in yourself. Of course you will. Because if you're not going to breathe properly, what signal is it sending to her? What message is it sending to her? Think about it. What message in her primal brain is being formed when she subtly picks up on the fact that you're so tense and you're so like scared and anxious that you're not breathing right? Well, it tells her primal brain that you are below her, that you speaking to her right now is not natural for you, that you aren't that high status, that she's so much higher than you because you're scared. And what does her primal brain send to her body and, the message when you come over and you're completely relaxed? Well, it shows that you actually are on her level or even more so. Subconsciously, she's thinking about the fact that this is actually somewhat of like an abnormal experience for you to be speaking to her cold approach. Many other guys wouldn't do this. You're so relaxed with it. It kind of shows this power imbalance on your side and makes you more attractive. When you really think about that, like in caveman times, our brain hasn't really changed since then. So why make her caveman brain think that you are like below her when you go over and like she can notice subconsciously that your like stomach isn't moving as you breathe. You're taking these weak, shallow breaths. Because the guy who thinks that he can get her, the guy who like, thinks that he is the ultimate Chad and everything, whether he is or not, he's breathing fully and he is the one who attracts the girl that you want. So when you want to take that position yourself, one deep inhale right into the stomach, go and speak to her. And as you speak to her, still stay aware of your stomach. Still know that as you speak to her, for a split second, put the focus back onto your breath. The second technique that helped me a lot through the times when I was really cold approaching was something that I would have to remind myself, which was that you need to command your legs to walk towards her the moment that you have seen her. So you've heard of like, the 3-2-1 rule or something, which is like, okay, we see a girl and we need to go and approach straight away. Because if you don't speak to her almost straight away, that's when all like the sort of negative thoughts and anxiousness and everything builds up and you get so scared. So it's a lot better to like the moment you see a girl to just go up fast with a bit of energy to speak to her. That kind of mindset of like, okay, 3-2-1, go speak to her, it never really worked for me. So it was like this weird, like autistic wording that really helped me, which was command your legs to just walk towards her the moment that you've seen her. Turn your brain off. Like, so imagine me and you were in the gym, whatever, we're doing our set. The moment that you see the girl that you could potentially speak to, you literally just start like mindlessly walking towards her whilst you breathe fully. Because if you don't move your legs towards her, that's when you'll cope. That's when you'll think to yourself, oh, maybe I should speak to her. Maybe I should do this. And you're kind of like speaking to me about her and stuff. And I'm telling you, yeah, bro, just go approach, man. And it's like, it's adding up the anxiousness of this event. Rather than you, before I even realize you're gone, you're already speaking to her right fast away. Because the most attractive approach is really when you've just made eye contact with a girl and you start walking over straight away. You know why? Women won't say that this is attractive, but it really helps to get them. It's because she will become nervous as fuck. If you make eye contact with a girl and you walk over there confidently, it's almost going to be like a little bit like it's going to make her freeze straight away. If you make eye contact with a girl and then you sit around for a bit and you keep looking over to her and she can tell that you want to speak to her, but that you're just being a chump, you're just wasting time. And you can pretend you're busy, that you've got to just do something on your phone first. Oh, I'm just going to hit this set first. You can pretend all you want, but it's like a girl can tell when you're interested in her. And so when she sees you delay it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or if you don't even approach at all, well, it's not going to look as cool, is it? If you go straight away, like you are full of energy, like you've just turned your brain off and you're just going to command your legs to walk towards her, you'll be so much more smoother and it'll have a better impact on her. The final piece of advice that I want to give you is if you just say one word to her, it's progress. Think about how many attractive girls you've ever walked past in your life. Probably like 1,000, right? Maybe 10,000. Think about it. How many attractive girls have you ever walked past in your life? Thousands. How many did you speak to? Maybe 50, 100? Most, right? At most. You've probably even walked past tens of thousands of attractive girls before. And you've only spoke to literally tens of them. 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, 200. That's it. So if you kind of imagine, like sales and entrepreneur guys will know this. If you imagine your funnel right now, the top of the funnel is you literally just like, putting your eyes onto a woman. That part of the funnel, there's loads of women there. But from that part to the next stage of the funnel, which is you opening up your mouth and saying one word to them, it significantly gets cut off. Like the funnel, the pipe has significantly got constrained there. Then from the ones that you speak to, you might agree with this when it comes to cold approaching, from the girls that you actually speak to, the sort of success rates from speaking to them in person and maybe getting their Instagram or texting or whatever is actually kind of high. Like it's like a lot of the girls that you cold approach, you end up getting their numbers and Instagrams, and a lot of the girls whose numbers and Instagrams you get, you end up even meeting them for a date. So it's like the funnel is actually kind of nice from that point, but it's literally just like you see thousands of women in your life, but you've only spoke to like less than 100 of them. This is the constraint right now in you being able to like level up your dating skills and maybe go find the woman that you actually really want to be with, maybe even the woman that you want to have children with. It's simply, you do not say the first word to them. You just say no words to them at all. So I know this is like weird autistic advice, but literally if you say one word to a woman, that's actually huge progress for the majority of guys, especially if it's in this like high volume mindset. You know, you're traveling or you go to the city and you're coming across 10, 50 like attractive women per day, and you speak to usually none of them or maybe just one. If you said hello, literally one word, to 10 times more women, you would probably get 10 times more attraction from women. You'd have 10 times more women who are into you. Never mind just, you know, an equal number. Like if you say hello to 10 times more women, you won't just get 10 times more women. It'll compound because you'll be better at it. You'll be more in the flow. So you'll probably get 20 times more. This is like marketing 101, and Alex Hormozi is an entrepreneur who said this recently. He's like a big business guy, and he said if you double your leads, essentially if you double like the amount of people that you speak to, you'll double your business. So for you, if you double the amount of women that you literally just say one word to, as simple as like hello, you will double how many women that you actually end up getting their numbers and actually end up flirting with them and going on a date with them. And that doubles or 10 times your chances of actually like meeting the woman that you're genuinely compatible with. So it's such like brain dead advice, but speak to more women. Literally open up your mouth and say the first word to 10 times more women than usual. This is as simple as like literally overcoming the fear of saying hello to a woman who's not even looking at your eyes right now, and not thinking much of it if she keeps walking, because, you know, everyone's in their own world in their mind. Everyone's, you know, thinking about something that's happening, work. Okay, she's on her phone, she's got her earphones in. If you still said hello to that kind of person, good morning to that kind of person, the amount of confidence you would build if you try to times it by 10 of how often you speak to the new person, the stranger, that would do wonders for your social life, for your dating life, huge things. So the way that I did this back in my own hometown, I just would say literally one word, which was in the UK, like our greeting is all right. That's what we say to each other. Like, all right, you all right? This. I just said to myself, I know it's so silly advice, but I said, okay, you've got to say all right to like 10 girls per day. When I did that, it's like my confidence and my ability to like randomly speak to like, you know, the random girl who's next to me skyrocketed. You only have to say it about 50 times. And after that, it's like you're so used to like saying hello to people that's what gets your foot in the door. That's where the conversation goes from like, you know, this random hello to the actual conversation where you say, oh, you know, where are you from? What are you doing today? What's this? You free later for this thing? You want to go for a coffee? You want to add me on Instagram? This is the constraint for your dating life right now, for basically every guy's dating life. It's just that he doesn't say hello to enough women. If you just increase the amount of women that you say hello to, that is huge progress. And if you think about it, if you just say one word to her and she doesn't even stop for you, she doesn't listen, she doesn't hold eye contact, she even looks at you weird, if you just said one word, that would still be huge progress. So the barrier to success for you right now is actually very low. So here's your actionable step for this video. Go on cold approach within 24 hours from now. Within 24 hours, all you've got to do is look to a woman you've never spoke to before and just say at least one word to her. That's it. Now, if you can have an awesome conversation and you can see that you're actually compatible with her or something, that's even amazing, fine. But you will have huge progress if you literally just go and say one word to a woman right now. Maybe you could even times this by 10. Go say one word to 10 women within 24 hours. And it'd be so interesting if you came to the comments and just kind of inspired the other guys and, you know, talked about your experience. You can do that there, or you can even do it inside of Adonis Gang, which is like our private community. Talk about your experience in there, and you'll have a bunch of our boys like contributing and asking you questions. So just go and do this one challenge, and you'll just be so happy with how much progress you're going to make in your dating life with this. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.